Greetings to all of you, man. It is really a joy. It's a pleasure to be out here in nature and to be bringing you this wonderful message of self-realization, pointing you to look inwardly to discover your identity, to be your divinity, and to use that consciousness to create your reality consciously. That's the reason why I want to speak to you concerning Abdullah, Neville Goddard, and Napoleon Hill. Now, I want to speak to you concerning how Abdullah taught Neville Goddard how to discover his identity, and when Neville Goddard discovered his identity, he realized that his identity was his divinity. Therefore, he taught each and everyone how to look inwardly, and how the Bible also states that the kingdom of God is within you, according to Luke 17:21. And when you discover the kingdom, that all these things will be added unto you, according to Matthew 6:33, which tells you that if you seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, that all these things will be added unto you, pointing you that if you seek to discover your higher self first, seek to know who you are first upon the face of this earth, that when you discover who you are, then you will discover the secret of creation and you'll be able to create your reality consciously. Now, that was what Abdullah was teaching Neville Goddard. And Neville Goddard, throughout his whole entire life of teaching this message of self-realization, he was teaching that imagination creates reality, and how you can use that power of knowing who you are, that power of self-knowledge, that power of self-revelation and self-realization to create your reality consciously, so you can be and do and have that which you so desire when you know who you are. So Neville wasn't teaching anything different to Abdullah. Neville was reiterating that which he would have learned from Abdullah. And then we see Napoleon Hill would have had one of the best-selling books of all times, and even up to this day many are still benefiting from that book. And that book didn't go in so much into scriptures, but that book was teaching you the same thing, teaching you how to think and grow rich, teaching you that everything starts with a thought, teaching you that our thought is what is basically creating our reality, teaching you also that all the wise men and so on, they disagree on many different subjects, but they are all in one unanimous decision when it comes to as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. In other words, we become what we think about. They are in all agreement with that. And here in Think and Grow Rich, we see that what is like stopping people from being rich is their thinking, and what is allowing people to become rich is their thinking. So the main thing about that book, Think and Grow Rich, is the name of the book itself. Is to think and grow rich. Because when you think a certain way, you will be able to vibrate on a certain frequency, and that certain frequency will bring you into discovering your true identity. So it is a God frequency. When you find yourself on the God frequency, you find yourself in the creative frequency. And when you find yourself in the creative frequency, you will discover your creative power have to do with your mentality. You will also discover that your creative power is within. You will also discover that you are the creator, the Lord and Master of your own destiny. You will also understand that everything is energy, vibration, and frequency, and you have to align yourself with the rest of nature and walk according to the laws that governs nature, or governs the universe, and governs all of humanity. Also, you have to learn sexual energy transmutation and understanding how to cultivate the sexual energy and how to use it wisely and creatively. Because even as you meditate and visualize, you have to use breathing, and while you're using breathing, you have to know how to extract that sexual energy that is down here, you understand, and bring it up and raise it up and bring it out and send it out into expansion, so that your consciousness will just keep expanding all the time. And when you understand expansion, then you will know what you think upon, it expands. Therefore, you will use this magnetic force and this electrical force to create your reality consciously. So basically, Abdullah, Neville, and Napoleon Hill, they are teaching us that we are magnetic and that we are electrical, and that the sexual energy is the greatest energy to create our reality consciously, and that when we have a thought, that it is a spiritual sensation, and in the act of manifestation, it is a spiritual sexual act. So when we understand that thinking and manifesting, it's a spiritual sexual act, we have to know how to channel our thoughts. We have to know how to be the policeman of our thoughts, and how to control our thoughts throughout the day, and how to use our consciousness to create our reality consciously, and to bring value to humanity, to uplift humanity, and break them out of being competitive and out of being superstitious, and break them out of idolatry, and point them to look inwardly to discover their true identity, and to accept their human imagination as God in man, so that they will be able to create their reality consciously, and prove St. John 1 chapter 3, which says all things was made by him, and without him there isn't anything made that was made. When you use this consciousness to create your reality consciously, you will come to realize that that him is not a man who existed 2,000 years ago. That him is a personification of your own human imagination, which is the creator in man. So basically, when it comes to self-development, when it comes to self-help, it all goes back to spirituality. When it comes to personal development, all these things goes right back to spirituality. So when you understand your spiritual self and know that your spirit having a human experience, you will also come in to discover your true identity. Okay, and you will live a life of spirituality, because you realize that everything is spiritual, and that your thought is what is creating your reality. So with that being said, my brother and my sisters, I want to thank you very much, and I want to encourage you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, or like, share this message, and do not forget, if you want to comment, that you can comment also. I'm encouraging you to follow me on Instagram at blackmadguru, and to check out my website blackmadguru.com. Now this message I bring to you, as usual, I always let you know that it is the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 teaches us that if your eye be single, your whole body would be full of light. And it is because I would have had this experience that I can come and teach you this message of self-realization, and give you the symbol of the single eye, letting you know that when you have the experience, that you would awake within yourself and bust your crown chakra, and come to realize that it is the rising of the sun in a son, and that it is the dawning of a new day in your life, and that the sun parallels the human imagination, the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun there is no life and there is no light, and without the human imagination there isn't anything made that was made. Therefore, my brother and my sister, my encouragement to you is to use your mind power, which is your solar power, to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.